Hi and welcome back. Today's instruction video is about how to make the leather belt fit your motor and machine once you have the machine fitted into your table and the motor also fitted on. We need to ensure that the gully which is on the motor is in line in between our two gullies which are on the wheel of your machine, or somewhere near about. There is adjustability points by those three screws which go into the table. You may be able to shift the motor about half an inch left and right. Okay, so you've received your leather cording. You'll also have a pin to join your leather cording into a loop. You will also have the special pliers which are needed for the belt, which has a pin and a blade. You also need your standard electrician's pliers. That should be it. Right, let's start. So you've got your cording. Wrap it down over the pulley of the motor. I always suggest getting a small pulley if you can. It will slow your machine down, which is good for control. Bringing it around, making sure it's in the gully and free. Getting the measurement off your leather belting so you'll know exactly where to cut it. I always say stretch it up a little bit so that it'll fit nice and snug, and even to the point of even taking it back a little bit shorter again. This will make it nice and tight. We don't want it over tight, but we definitely don't want it loose. We will be able to adjust it a little more once we've looped it over by adjusting the height of the motor. Now at the end here, I need you to flatten it down just a little bit using two hands for force. Flatten it down so we get a bit of a flat surface there. With the spike which is inside, about 1/4 of an inch from the edge, through the middle, making sure it's centered, we need to press through with the pin. Now, to make it easier, I say do the opposite. You'll have a guide there on the back and put the pin through just because it's a tapered pin. Alright, now we'll need to get our pin or staple, as we'll call it, into that pinhole we've just made. This can be a bit tricky. Remember, you don't have to do this every day, so have patience. I'm going to need the assistance of the electrician's pliers this time. Be careful not to let it stab you when it comes through. And there it is. We're going to repeat the exact same process on the other side. This is good because we get to show you again. So at the end, pressing using two hands to flatten it down. About 1/4 of an inch from the edge. I hope you get to see that there, about there. Making sure it's centered. Stab straight through. Come back and over. Stab again. Using the pin, I've missed it by a little bit. I'm now on one side. There we go. Centered. Now, we want to make sure that it can twist quite a lot, and we can twist it around because it is a tube. We need to get it at its flattest point before putting the other edge of the pin. We don't want it twisting all the time and fighting, trying to come off your machine. Again, I'll need the assistance of the pliers to help that through our pinhole. Of course, be careful of hands. Be patient. Oh, there goes my pliers. As you can see, it's being difficult. Have patience. It will go through. I'm saying it will, but for our video it doesn't want to. There we are. Oh, I had it. Okay. Doesn't want to go through with these. This pin is a little bit angled, so it's making it tough to get in. And the finish of the edge of the pin's not so great. But I don't think I need it more refined. There it is. So you saw now both have come through. It's essentially acting like a staple. We need to bring these two so they almost butt together, or do butt together. Doesn't make a huge difference if they're not touching, but we do need to ensure that they're flat. So I am going to have to use the back of the pliers to fold it down. Just like a staple, a flat back staple. So you can see there I've done one. Manipulate it to straight again. You can see I've got a good closure. Again the other side. Always being cautious of hands and where they might get in the way. And flatten it down. Ease it back in, and there we have our tube or belt. Loop it over the pulley of the motor first, and then bring it up over the wheel. Always making sure you're bringing your wheel from front up and over to back. Now we're going to put it into the other gully, the bigger one. This will slow down the machine a little bit, give you greater control. And there you have it. We need about that much tension. Enjoy.